Hey, ladies and gentlemen, all across the globe, welcome to another edition of My Health, Your Health with Kevin Vaughan and the awesome Dr. Downie. Dr. Downie, how you doing today, man? Good to see you again.
I'm great. Happy New Year. Thank you. Thank you
Yes,
for bringing
ma'am.
me back.
Happy New Year to you
hmm
as well. Thank you so
hmm
much. Hey, guys, thank you so much for being with us live right now. And those listening later on, we are going to be talking to Doc about a few things. We're going to jump right into it today, guys. But before we do that, I want to, first of all, thank you guys again for being with us. I want you guys to also check her out for her full bio. I'm going to go over her summary of her bio. She's so awesome. So you got to go to her website for the rest of that. Matter of fact, it'll be half the network here today if we just did that half the time today. But guys, I am so excited about having Doc again. And before we do that, guys, real quickly, board certified American board dermatologist, ladies and gentlemen, holds a medical license in New Jersey, New York, and California. I believe that's up to date. I believe, Doc.
Yes.
Director of her own practice, Image Dermatology. Education, ladies and gentlemen, is a BS degree from Tufts University, Master of Arts in Biology from American University, Doctor of Medicine in Sunny Health Science Center in Brooklyn. Hallelujah. We love New York, don't we?
Yes.
Amen. Hey, on the media side, guys, she's been on the Today Show. This is just a little bit of it. The Today's Show, Good Morning America, Early Show, the Wendy's Williams Show, the Montel Show, the MSNBC Show, the Dr. Oz Show, Discovery Health Network, guys, and her full bio. I want you guys to go on for the rest of it. That's just a little bit, guys. You don't want you to go to the website.
And definitely say live with Kelly and Mark, because I hope to do them again in February. So let's give Live with Kelly and Mark a shout out, and give WPIX, which is Channel 11 here in the tri-state area, give them a shout out.
Fantastic. I love it. Thank you so much for that. It's hard to keep up when you got a doctor moving at the speed of light, you know? You always got to say, okay, where you at now, you know? So that's great. So thank you so much, Doc, for being with us again. But Doc, before we get started, you've been traveling, man. I've been seeing you all over the place on social media. Don't have to tell all the details, but where have you been over this holiday?
So it's been really busy. I lecture nationally and internationally, so I'm very blessed. So in October, for the last 2 weeks of October, around my birthday, we went to South Africa, myself and my husband, and I lectured in Cape Town. And then we went from Cape Town, Johannesburg to Johannesburg. Johannesburg, we went out to, it's called Malori Safari Lodge in Madikwe. And so that's by the Botswana border. We went on safari for 3 days.
Wow.
It was
really?
fantastic.
Oh, safari?
The African people, the food, the culture, the animals when we went on the safari. It was just fabulous. I've been to South Africa once before, back in 2008. So there's a lot more development in both Cape Town and Johannesburg than there was last time I was there. I bought some amazing art. I met some great people. The lectures, I learned a lot. So that was all simply fantastic. And the food was great. Not a lot of preservatives in the food, which was absolutely wonderful. They were all fascinated with the fact that I don't drink alcohol. They're like, really? I'm like, not all Americans drink alcohol.
That's right.
So anyway, that was great. Then came back, went to Chicago, visited with my daughter, lectured at the ASDS. So that's a baby thing. And then in December, went and lectured in Arizona, in Scottsdale. That was fun. But then for Christmas, we went to Antarctica. So
no, you didn't.
So we flew to Argentina, to Buenos Aires. Then you flew 3.5 hours from Argentina to Patagonia, to Ushuaia, which is the gateway to Antarctica, they call it. Then you hop on a cruise ship, and we took the Seabourn Venture. So you hop on the cruise ship, you take it for 2 days through this area called the Drake Passage and the Beagle Channel. And then after you see like no land for 2 days. You're like, what the hell? Where am I? And then all of a sudden you see icebergs floating by. Icebergs, and that's really cool. So 2 days later, you get to Antarctica, which is in the South Atlantic Ocean. I'm proud to say, I did not get in the water. My husband, who's out of his mind, he's an ex-captain in the Army. He jumped. He said he's never felt something so cold in his life. I said, better you than me, bro. And plus, Kevin, I had my blowout. I couldn't be messing up the blowout. And then we did go down to the bottom of the South Atlantic Ocean in
Oh,
a
wow.
submersible, like a sub.
No, you didn't. Really?
So I put that on my Instagram too. My Instagram, for
Oh,
those of you that want to look it up, and I need more followers.
yes, yes. You hear that,
Follows.
guys?
It's
Follow her.
at Jeanine Downie. So it's at
Yeah.
JeAninedownie. I'm verified. I need more.
Wow.
So I put
Wow.
that we were on a submersible. We went down 330 feet to the bottom. So we were at the bottom of the world in
Wow.
Antarctica, and then we went to the bottom of the sea,
Whew.
330 feet down. So we saw
Incredible.
jellyfish, we saw starfish, we saw some ice fish, they call them.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was very
Wow.
different, very interesting. When we
Yeah.
were on the cruise ship and on land, we saw tons of whales. We saw lots of,
Wow.
we saw a pod of killer whales. Um,
Really?
yeah, I
Wow.
think that was Christmas Eve.
That had to be beautiful.
We did nice family time, good
Yeah.
food, nice people that we
Yeah.
met on the boat. We had a blast. So just
Oh,
for
that's
people to
funny.
know, there's no trees in Antarctica because the trees freeze.
Mm.
There's no hotels in the northern part of Antarctica, at least not
Mm.
what I saw at all, because there's no
Right.
real development. People go
Gotcha.
from late October through early March, and then after that, forget
Wow.
about it. As
Wow.
New Jersey say, forget about it, because from
Yeah.
mid-March through to late October is their winter. So currently, because it's the southern hemisphere, it's flipped
Yeah.
and it's their summer. Temperatures were
Wow.
25 to 35 degrees. I'm
Yeah.
obsessed with penguins. So I saw Magellan penguins, chinstrap penguins, and Gen 2 penguins. So they're all over my website. We had a blast. So
Oh,
thank you
I
for
love it.
asking me about it. That's my daughter.
Yes.
She's graduating from college in 6 months.
Yes.
So that's her early
Wow.
graduation gift from college, which she may not ask for another one because that was
Yeah.
it. But we did have a
Yeah.
blast.
Praise God. That's wonderful, man. What
Mhm.
a great story.
It
Thank
was
you so
wonderful.
much, Doc, for
Wonderful.
sharing.
So now I've been
Yes.
to all
Yes.
7 continents. So I'm very
Isn't
happy
that
about
wonderful? Wow, that
that.
is
Yeah.
powerful. What
I
a
love traveling.
blessing to
Mhm.
have safe travel. You had safe travels throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Praise God for
Hmm.
that.
Yep.
So we're happy about that, that God
Mhm.
protected you guys from stuff. That's great. Praise God. Well,
Mhm.
guys, hey, this is here. We're here with Dr. Downie, guys. We're going to be talking to her about our wonderful skin today. I had some questions for the guys, but we're going to talk more about everything else too as well. So, guys, real quickly, we're going to turn this over to Doc, but we're going to talk about the winter skin basics from
Mhm.
Doc today. Also, hydration and protection. Also, too, men under eye conditions. That was really what I want to talk about too, as well, for us guys who want to just look a little better, younger. Men under eye conditions, right? And then lifestyle nutrition, and then when to seek professional help. So with that said, Doc, because of time, I want to go ahead because we have all kind of different weather patterns going on,
Mhm.
specifically in the United States. So we go from one extreme to the next in a matter of days, as you know, and our skin has to be able to handle all of that. So
Mhm.
with that said, I'll let you take over, ma'am. Help us out a little bit today.
So, in terms of winter skin conditions,
Yes, ma'am.
eczema, psoriasis, they
Yeah.
really flare during the winter months, or just generalized dry skin. So I
Yeah.
have the majority of my patients sleep with the humidifier because that will add moisture to your skin, your hair, and your
Okay.
nails. I tell people they need to really think about making sure they use a more moisturizing soap in the winter months. So I
Okay.
like the Aveeno Skin Relief Body Wash. I like the La Roche-Posay oil-based cleanser for the face
Mm-hmm.
and the body.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Dove unscented cleanser for
Oh,
the
okay.
body. So those are some. I tell my patients when they get out the shower, just regular old Johnson Johnson's baby oil.
Yeah.
Splash that on your skin, then towel dry because that'll lock some of the moisture in with the oil, and then
Gotcha.
you put on a cream-based moisturizer. So I like the Lipicar by La Roche-Posay. I like
Mm-hmm.
Cetaphil cream from Galderma. That's a great one. I
Okay.
love the Aveeno Skin Relief
Oh, yeah.
balm. It's the balm. It's very thick. So
Yeah.
people need to think lotions or creams. Creams are
Mm-hmm.
heavier and thicker for winter. So lotions and
Mm-hmm.
creams win during the winter months.
Yeah.
Unscented is better because a lot of scents can start to irritate and dry out our skin. So
Yeah.
unscented is probably better. No
Yeah.
picking at your skin, no scratching your skin, because that's
Mm-hmm.
going to disrupt your skin barrier and
Yeah.
problems. So no picking, no scratching at all. I tell
Yeah.
everybody the same thing. The skin is the largest organ of the body, so you have to hydrate it and take care of it.
Yeah.
So lip balm for your lips, whatever that is, chapstick. A lot of
Yeah.
us women, I have this right
All
here
right.
on the desk, use lip
Yeah.
gloss, so that's wonderful. It
Yeah.
a lot. A little bit more deep penetrating, moisturizing conditioners for our hair this time of year. I don't care how short or long your
Right.
hair is, unless you're shaved bald, your hair is
Right.
still a concern. So
Mm-hmm.
penetrating, hydrating conditioners,
Yeah.
that type of thing. That's really, really great.
Wow.
And then I tell my patients in terms of, sunblock, it does not matter that it's winter. SPF of 30 or above needs to be used every day, rain or
Okay.
shine, January through December, regardless of ethnicity. So there's a website called regimenpro.com. So just regimenpro.com. I
Mm-hmm.
a tiny little 2% owner, for full disclosure, but you can go on the website, look up my name, Dr. Jeanine Downie, and figure out the products that I recommend.
Right.
And they have a whole list of products in terms of what moisturizers, what sunscreens, what this, what that. So if a patient's looking at this from, California or
Right.
Texas right now,
Yeah. Right.
they can go to Regimen Pro, see what I recommend, and order products to be shipped
Yeah.
directly to their home. What I tell my patients is that, especially during the winter months, people
Mm-hmm.
forget, getting back to sunblock, that this is
Mm-hmm.
something they have to do. They're like, it is barely any sun. It was dark all
Yeah.
day. I'm like, did you? I said, so I tease them. I say, when you woke up in the morning, did you think it was day or did you think it was
Right.
night?
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
they're like, you're not nice. So the bottom line, even though it's darker in the winter, especially here in the Northeast, I'll just pick since
Yeah.
that's where I am in New Jersey, it still doesn't
Mm-hmm.
matter. You still need to put the sunblock on and reapply it. For my
Right.
patients that work at home and don't leave
Wow.
the house, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. The blue light from your phone, your computer, your Apple Watch, your iPad, the light above me right now,
Wow.
blue light, all of that photo
Yeah.
your face and photo damages your face. So if you
Yes.
want glowing, healthy skin, you'll actually put the sunblock on
Mm-hmm.
every day and
Yeah.
reapply it several times a day on your face, on your ears, on your chin, and on your neck,
Mm-hmm.
and on the backs of your hands. So
Mm-hmm.
sunblock
Wow.
is a really, other critical,
Yeah.
important. Washing your clothes.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
like gentle cleansers. So I like the all-free detergent that works really well for adults.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
like the Dreft for babies and young children for sure.
Yeah.
And then for my patients, by the way, that still think they're babies, that like to take baths.
Yeah.
And every once in a while I'll take a bath, but I'm not a big bath person.
Right.
The Aveeno oatmeal packets mixed with some baby oil are much better, quite frankly,
Wow.
than a bubble bath. And that's all
Right.
there is to it, because bubble baths can have harsh detergents, unfortunately.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
For my patients and my friends and
Yeah.
your listeners right now that wash dishes,
Yeah.
ooh,
Yeah.
gentle detergents are great, sure, but you need to use those thick, nasty, like, yellow
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
to
Thicken.
wash,
Yeah.
because otherwise your hands will get really
Right.
beat up during the
Yeah.
cold winter months.
Right.
And Kevin, if you use a lot of hand sanitizer, now is
Yeah.
one time to stop, because hand
Right.
sanitizer really beats up your hands, dries them,
Yeah.
and will age your hands much faster than
Yeah.
not hand sanitizer. So I do
I've
not like
seen cracking, Doc. I've seen cracking with
yeah,
folks do that.
yeah.
I
So
say your hands is
I want
cracking.
block on the backs of the hands, like I said, because I want
Yeah.
youthful hands and I want moisture on the hands every day.
Right.
And
Right.
I'm not a fan of hand sanitizer at all. So those
Right.
are some of the winter skin tips that I
Mm.
have. And
Great.
oh, lips is asked me. One more thing. Men,
Mm-hmm.
women, you must put sunblock on your lips and then some type of a balm or a lip gloss to
Okay.
protect your lips, because your lips can get windburn
Yeah.
in winter.
Right.
They can get super chapped in the winter.
Yeah.
They can get dry right in
Yeah.
here, right in here. And then everybody, maybe not my college roommate, but most people brush their teeth.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would say,
I hope
take care of
so.
your teeth, or your teeth will take care of you. No,
Yeah.
my college roommate she used to swish coffee in her mouth
Right.
in the morning and spit it out. I was like,
That
oh
was it.
my
That
God.
was it.
She was
Woo.
special. She was special.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Wow.
so if you are brushing your teeth in the morning, like most people
Yeah.
do, then after you brush your teeth, you can have some residual around your mouth. As I was
Yeah.
explaining to one of my patients earlier today, the residual around your mouth can irritate the area around your mouth and cause eczema, cause what we call seborrheic dermatitis, and it
Right.
can just cause redness. And so you don't want that. So you need to
Right.
take a wet washcloth, wipe off the area around your mouth, put
Mm-hmm.
sunblock all over your face, including on your lips, and then some type of a moisturizer. Your lips
Yeah.
will be less chapped and things will be better for you. Also, for my people that love cinnamon, you can't leave
Mm.
cinnamon residual on your lips. It will
Mm.
100% irritate you. So no
Wow.
cinnamon residual on the lips at all. So food for thought in terms of dry skin tips.
So cinnamon, was that lipstick or something for the women? What's that? What's the
No,
cinnamon thing?
cinnamon that you sprinkle because this is like hot chocolate time of year or hot
Oh, okay.
tea.
Okay,
So that
gotcha.
chocolate, hot tea. Some people use cinnamon
Yeah. Okay.
toothpaste. Some people get a cinnamon lozenger. But if you
Gotcha.
leave cinnamon toothpaste or a residual from something you drank on your
Yeah.
face, it can irritate you.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Gotcha. That's powerful. Doc, while you was talking, hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, this is My Health, Your Health with Dr. Downie. We're talking about our skin during the winter months, the rain, sunshine, whatever's going on the planet. But Doc, I wanted to ask you, during your travels, did you observe some skin issues or skin people do? How do they keep their skin everywhere you went? How do they do their stuff to keep their skin
So
from?
it was really interesting. When we landed in Buenos Aires, it was 95
Yeah.
degrees outside. Then we
Okay.
went to Antarctica. It was mostly 25 degrees.
Yeah, exactly.
One day that it was freezing, and that
Yeah.
like 5 degrees, and with the wind chill, it was like
Whew.
-11.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I tell everybody the same thing. You have to have
Yeah.
for something like that, you have to have winter clothes, summer clothes, obviously. But
Right.
much of the regimen stays the same. You just put a thicker amount of moisturizer on in the cooler
Gotcha.
climates. And
Gotcha.
then for moisturizer, a lot of people that were feeling really chapped and dry need to reapply it.
Yeah. Right.
So, for example,
Absolutely.
if during the summer you're only
Yeah.
putting moisturizer on your hands before you lay down to go to sleep, in the
Yeah.
winter, you may have to put hand moisturizer on 2 to 3 times a day.
Right. Right.
And in
Absolutely.
terms of one thing that I observed on the boat is
Yeah.
when it got really dry, I think it was the last day we were there, a
Uh-huh.
lot of people were rubbing their eyes, which leads
Okay.
beautifully into your segue. You wanted to talk about men's
Yeah.
around their eye area and
Yeah.
what they
Yeah.
could do.
Yeah.
Nobody, men, women, boys, girls, nobody should rub the area around their eyes. Why?
Okay.
The eyes are the window to the soul, right? So people can tell
Yes.
how you're feeling, what you're thinking a little bit from
Yep.
your, but it's
Yep.
also the thinnest skin on the body. And so
Okay.
because of that, if you rub your eyes a lot or scrub them a lot, like always rubbing,
Yeah.
your eyes will wind up looking like a pot. And you don't want that because pots are usually brownish or blackish, and that's not
Yeah.
cute. So for my male patients that have allergies and rub their eyes a lot,
Yeah.
Claritin, take Zyrtec,
Yeah.
take Allegra, take something.
Yeah.
But stop rubbing your eyes so much. When you come home at
Wow.
night, use actually cool compresses, like just some ice, lay it
Okay.
against your eyes for a couple of minutes. That works really, really well to calm down inflammation.
Yeah.
And then a lot of my patients are like, well, what can I do? So eye
Yeah.
creams, I'm going back to regimenpro.com, the
Hmm.
website that I own a tiny
Yeah.
percentage of
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
sells real products. They do not sell fake products. Everything is authenticated.
Yeah.
There's no, because there's a lot of fake products on the internet.
Yeah.
So they drop ship them to you, but there's a product
Yeah.
called DO,
Yeah.
growth factor eye serum. So I
Hmm.
use it. My patients use it. It's one of my favorite products. I absolutely love it. It works really, really well. And then there's Sente for sensitive skin, Sente eye cream. And so I recommend a little in the morning with sunscreen and a
Hmm.
whole lot at night before you go to bed with no friction, no rubbing your eyes at all. And like I said, a lot of my male patients just go ham on their eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Oh,
do
I
that.
have contacts. Okay, I don't care.
Yeah.
So does half the world's population. Oh, I
Yeah.
wear glasses. I don't care. My
Yeah.
glasses are right here. I still don't rub
Yeah.
my
The other half wears
um,
glasses. Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. And then the men that I see, a lot of them are like, well, this isn't fair. You guys can wear makeup to cover up a little flaw. I'm like, and since you guys can wear makeup, but maybe you don't want to wear makeup,
Right.
what you do is stop rubbing your eyes so much. So
Right.
I again repeat how that'll cause a decrease in elasticity, an increase in
Yeah.
fine lines, an increase in wrinkles, and an increase in dark circles.
Yeah.
So there is something to exercising to boost your circulation and help your dark circles look better. There is something to sleeping properly to help your dark circles and under eye puffiness look better. But then I tell people when you're sleeping, I want people sleeping on their back, Kevin. The
Okay.
more you sleep on one side versus the other, you'll
Right.
age the side that you're sleeping on faster. So sleeping on your back actually ages you slower. And
Wow.
my patients like that. So I highly
Yeah.
recommend sleeping on your back as much as you
That's
can.
good.
Then
Yeah.
any fluid in your face, say you had a lot of spicy food or Asian food, some food with a high salt content. If you're sleeping on your back, your face is going to drain more evenly and your face is going to drain better. So that's obviously not necessarily a bad thing. In terms of eyes, switching to women for a second, a lot of women wear a lot of these long eyelashes.
Yes. Y'all look beautiful, though. I have to say that. Y'all look beautiful now.
Yeah, but the eyelashes, the ones with a lot of glue, the glue can irritate the skin, cause all kinds of eyelid dermatitis, all kinds of issues, puffiness, swelling, aging your eyes faster. It's just not great. So I tell patients, and I do occasionally when I'm on TV, say, okay, and let them put the lab grip on. Then I'll sleep like a mummy for like a day or two. And then, I'm like, okay, Jeanine, get rid of these. They're not good for you. But to constantly put them on when it's not a special occasion, wedding or being on TV, and to just keep them on a chronic basis, some people will really, I won't say will, may irritate their eyelid tissue and may wind up with an eyelid dermatitis and may wind up rubbing their eyes and may wind up then with aging the area around their eyes faster when initially by getting, like long eyelashes to begin with, you were trying to anti-age yourself and look younger, but now the glue around your eyes can be irritating and that's actually you look older. So that's yet another thing. And one more thing for my male patients and female patients, anyone, anywhere with anybody with eyes and skin, any human should put the sunblock up to here every day, right underneath the eyelid verge. A lot of my patients were skipping that area until they met me, and this was aging much faster. Then if you are not exercising, you can even wear the sunblock all over the top lid. If you're exercising, then I don't want it to melt into your eyes, so maybe not. But if you're not, then you most certainly can. And then, like I said, I do like ice when you get home at night to just decrease any swelling and decrease any inflammation. I tell patients in terms of the eye area, a Mediterranean, well, just in terms of your general overall health, a Mediterranean diet is better with a lot of freshly, picked fruits and vegetables that are brightly colored, meat, chicken, fish, meat in smaller quantities, chicken and fish in larger quantities, soy, limiting your soy to having no soy at all. Nuts, especially limiting your peanuts is really important. And corn, because corn is also very inflammatory, are some key things in terms of your diet that you could do and that you probably should. So all of that in general focuses on your circulation and your overall health and well-being.
Oh, I love it, Doc. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, we're talking to Dr. Jeanine Downie, guys. She's one of the best on the planet. She is a doctor in the area of dermatology. And guys, we're talking to her about the winter skin basics. We talked about hydration and protection.
And they need to drink water, your listeners.
Yes, yes, you got to do that.
Water bottle.
Absolutely. And Doc, I was just thinking, I was thinking about our EMS folks, those who are out in the elements all the time. Do you have some EMS folks in your clientele that are out and about and all these first responders? How do they keep their skin from getting all crazy and not
They need to be carrying sunblock with them.
Yeah.
Be reapplying it throughout the course of the day and putting on more moisturizer and putting on more.
Think about those guys.
This time of year, I see a lot of EMS out and about with either a wool cap on or at least ear on. And gloves are really important to protect your hands from the cold. So a lot of people skip the gloves and they skip the sunglasses and they skip the hats. I'm like, no. I mean, 70% of your heat is lost through your head. So let's not do that. And then the fingertips can get so cold this time of year. And the EMS, they need their fingertips to be, agile at a moment's interest. So
they should have a kit. So they should have a little kit they carry around with them, right? So they don't have to worry about waiting.
I think they are only allowed, as I recall, from a couple of my patients that are EMS people, you're only allowed to have limited personal belongings in the vehicle. But with that being said, they need to carry sunblock and moisturizer and they could skip the hand sanitizer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was thinking about the dry skin thing is probably the biggest thing. Is that correct? The dry skin would be the biggest thing for
dry skin, and the fact that people don't realize that you can get sun damage any time of year. So that's really important.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Hey guys, we're talking to Dr. Downie about our skin during these wonderful times that we're in, all kind of climate changes and so forth that happen within days. We're talking about from, going from the 60s to the 90s in a day. I say, how in the world does that happen in Atlanta? But it does happen. You still got to be ready. And guys, you got to drink more water. And Doc, I'm not a doctor, guys, but you got to stop listening to all these folks online that have no certifications on nothing, but they promoting everything that you think is going to work. Doc, I kind of got to laugh. I said, wait a minute, what are your credentials? This
Yeah.
16-year-old telling me how to put skin on my, something on my skin. don't even know how to spell dermatology probably.
There's a lot of people on TikTok and on Instagram
Yeah,
and
I know,
on
man. They're
YouTube
selling that
that
stuff.
are not board certified in any.
No, don't know
And
nothing.
unfortunately, what they do is some of them, they put forth harmless information. At
Yeah,
least it's harmless, so it's not going to hurt anyone.
right.
But
But
then there's
still,
some of them that are on these different social media platforms that put forth
yeah,
harmful information, and that
right.
can and may harm
Yeah,
somebody. And so, quite frankly, they should not be doing that. But
right.
they do it all the time, which,
Yeah,
people
yeah,
like me, not.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know it does. Yeah, that's why I mentioned it, man, because folks don't know really don't know how it's going to affect your own skin. You don't
right,
know. You got
right.
to understand. That's why Doc is here, guys, today. Doc, I was also thinking about, people got to understand that you got to get with a professional. Now, Doc, I know you're certified or you're licensed in 3 states.
So I'm board certified
Yeah.
dermatologist. So that goes for all across America.
Oh,
And
does it? Okay, good.
yeah,
That's all.
so and then I'm
Yeah.
licensed to practice medicine in terms of injecting,
Gotcha.
like Botox or filler or whatever in New York.
Gotcha.
Because I trained at Mount Sinai. I'm the first
Yeah.
African American female to train in the Department of Dermatology at Mount Sinai.
Wow.
That was back in the 90s. And then,
Genius. Genius.
so I'm board certified in, like I said, all across, like that's board certification,
Yeah.
American Board of Dermatology.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I'm
That's good.
licensed to practice medicine in New York, New Jersey, and California in terms of
Yeah.
injecting. But like, one of my prescriptions, one of my
Yeah.
patients moved to New Mexico, needed something for
Yeah.
cold sore. I mean,
Right.
that can be fed. That's, cold sore medication,
Right.
not a controlled substance that can still be filled
Right.
there, even though I don't
Yeah.
have an active New Mexico license. So,
Yeah.
that type of thing. Um,
That's great.
the reason, if your viewers want to know why I became a dermatologist, is because I had bad acne, bad eczema,
Mm.
and two
Mm.
brothers that teased the heck out of me, and a mother that was a pediatrician that showed
Ah,
me, yeah, because my mom's a doc. She's still alive, she's
man.
91.
Right. Amen.
But yeah, my mother showed me what was possible. And then my
Yeah.
grandfather, her dad, was a dentist in the roaring days of
Wow.
Harlem. So I'm actually a third generation doctor.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly. Oh,
extremely,
genius.
extremely proud of with my
Love
Jamaican
it.
and
Yes. Yes.
Guyanese heritage.
Yes. Yes.
So I
Yes.
practice at Image Dermatology in Montclair, New Jersey. My Instagram is at Jeanine Downie, and I would love more followers. And my
Yes. More
website,
followers. I want 1,000 folks. I want
yeah,
y'all to sign her
please.
up.
And
Sign her
then
up.
and
1,000.
then my
1,000.
website is
Yeah.
imagedermatology.com. But
Yeah.
please continue with your questions.
Hey, man, thank you so much, Doc. Hey, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Hey, guys, we know you already look good, but we want you to look better, okay? And that's what Doc's here for, to help us
Mhm.
out as these temperatures change, as the climate change. We didn't even talk about air quality stuff, Doc. We're not going to get into that because that's a totally different area. I'm really thinking about those who are outside a lot, in the elements. The guys who repair our roads, and road crews, and even the garbage, the maintenance guys and garbage guys
Garbage
that
trucks, yeah. Mm.
all that maintenance. So that's important too. So guys, pay attention. You can get in touch with Doc as soon as possible. And I'm so glad you mentioned. So even folks in California, Texas, up north, down here in the South, they can contact Doc, guys, and get your questions answered properly. And also too, Doc, I want to put a plug in. All you guys that have media, no matter what, if it is a podcast, right? Digital TV, digital television, your own network, you need to invite Doc to come on and talk about these topics, guys, because people need to know. And specifically, Doc, our young adults, man, how are young adults doing in this area, Doc, from your perspective right now? Let's think
So a
about
lot of young adults are suffering with acne,
really,
with hair bumps, and with, unfortunately, with hair loss, which starts at an early age.
yeah,
So in terms of acne, I treat
yeah,
young men and young women with acne.
yeah,
I do topical,
yeah,
anti-acne creams,
yeah,
like something called Dapsone. I use different retinoids for that. For
hmm
women, I'll use a topical spironolactone.
Mm-hmm.
And for a lot of males and females, I have to wind up putting them on oral antibiotics. And if those don't work, then something
Right.
called Accutane. So there's like steps in the process to get you to
Yeah.
clear skin. My skin was a mess growing up. Like I said, I had really bad acne and really bad eczema
Mm-hmm.
and no
Is that
patience.
part of growing up? Is this part of growing up, or is it part of the
No,
growing
it's
up
really,
process,
if
or
you have
something
bad
else?
acne, it's more family
Okay.
history.
Okay.
Or it can be stress. I mean, I grew up in Teaneck.
Gotcha.
I went to Teaneck High School.
Gotcha.
A lot of those people were not nice to me. I got bullied a lot in Teaneck High School. I was in the honors classes. I was kind
Yeah.
of a nerd. I never,
Right.
I never smoked weed. I was like a good
Right.
goody
Right.
two
Look at me now.
shoes.
Look at me now.
I was a
Yeah.
bit of a goody two shoes. I used to get bullied.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
ran track, so I would get bullied and I would run. I was like, I'm not.
Yeah.
Why am I standing here waiting for something bad to happen?
Right.
I mean, you know. So anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I
Yeah.
got to
That's
tell you,
great.
the acne that I see in teenagers right now, a lot of it, getting back to your question, it's stress, it's
Yeah.
hormonal fluctuations, it's
Gotcha.
family history, and a
Gotcha.
lot of the processed foods they're eating with a high
Yeah.
glycemic index, that means
Yeah.
a high sugar filled index,
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
actually make their acne worse. And then if you're
Yeah.
picking the pimples, that can make it worse. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people are reading stuff on the internet and getting stuff from the internet,
Right.
putting it on
Right.
their face, making their acne worse. So I
Right.
strongly recommend a board certified physician that's a dermatologist
Yep.
like me. A lot
Yep.
of my patients, they start off, they come in, they show me their face, they've got bad acne. The
Right.
next visit, they're more comfortable. They're like, look at my chest, look at my back, look at my shoulders. I mean,
Right.
this acne thing is real. So we can
Is
do a
it?
lot with topical acne
Gotcha.
medications to treat it, with oral
Yeah.
acne medications to treat it, with chemical peels, with laser. There's a lot we can
Mm-hmm.
do with acne. So that's
Yeah.
one. Two, I'm seeing a great amount of PFB. That stands for pseudo folliculitis barbae. And I
Okay.
will say, I've done many Instagrams on my Instagram at Jeanine Downie on
Mm-hmm.
PFB, but I need to do some more because somebody asked me some questions today and he was
Mm-hmm.
very unaware that PFB can exist in any race besides the Black race. And I said,
Okay.
oh, absolutely. People with curly hair, Italians, Greeks, Jewish people, a lot of Middle Eastern men that are
Yeah.
not Black. None of those four categories will wind up having super thick hair with hair that curls under and
Mm-hmm.
getting
Mm-hmm.
pseudo folliculitis barbae. So it is absolutely not just Black men, but it
Mm-hmm.
negatively and greatly impacts Black men all over the United States and around the world.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
right now we're actually writing a paper to prove that a lot of men, myself and some other board certified dermatologists, to prove
Mm-hmm.
that a lot of men cannot shave. Like they can never shave. If they
Wow.
shave, they'll get really severe hair bumps and
Wow.
scar themselves, and they could scar themselves for life.
Wow.
So
Wow.
a lot of the patients I see are, you know, mild,
Mm-hmm.
moderate, severe. I see all
Yeah.
three.
Yeah.
And my moderate to severe patients, they can run into some depression because their face is so scarred. They've got all these bumps all over the face. They grew
Yeah.
out their beard. Their beard didn't look right. They don't have
Wow.
a beard to begin with. Or
Yeah.
the barber will cut them down low in the back of their head and they'll
Right.
get the pseudofolliculitis barbae, the ingrown hairs
Right.
with keloid scar tissue over them in the
Yeah.
back of their head.
Yeah.
But I see a
Yeah.
lot of that. I treat that with injections. I treat that with laser. I treat it with topical products, sometimes oral,
Yeah.
antibiotics, a bunch of things I treat that with. And then the third thing, I'm seeing a lot of my male patients having that really, it just makes me sad because, I love my hair,
Yeah.
but they're losing their hair. So
Oh, wow.
what's that related to? Obviously,
Yeah.
again, related to genetics. It's related to stress. It's related to
Mm-hmm.
bad
Yeah.
hair practices. If they're
Yeah.
blow drying their hair all the time on a super high heat, they can
Yeah.
really burn the heck out of their scalp. That's
Yeah.
not recommended.
Right.
Improper hair washing and hair conditioning techniques are not going to cause hair loss, but they can
Right.
contribute to further hair loss.
Yeah. Good point. Wow.
And a
Yeah.
lot of my male patients, which I'm
Mm-hmm.
happy about, are on these
Mm-hmm.
GLP-1 drugs. But if you're
Yeah.
on the GLP-1 drugs like
Wow.
Wegovy, like Ozempic, like Mounjaro,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Zepbound,
Mm-hmm.
so the literature reports 4 to 7% of patients on GLP-1 drugs can actually lose their hair. The reality is, in my practice and in practices across the country, when I talk to my different friends that are dermatologists, plastic surgeons, and facial plastics, they are seeing hair loss from GLP-1 drugs in over 50% of cases. The
Wow.
patient that we just called right before I hopped on the line with you at 6 o'clock,
Yeah.
who didn't pick up. So
Right. Right.
peace out until Tuesday. Monday's MLK. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
she, lost a lot of weight. So yay for her. She's going to live longer, but now
Yeah.
her hair is coming out some. And that's
Right.
just very, very sad.
Yeah,
So
it is.
the men
Yeah.
are like, what's happening, doc? I'm trying to lose weight and be healthy. And I'm like, yeah,
Right.
you didn't bank on your hair falling out, but it really can.
Wow.
So sometimes we do a biopsy, sometimes we don't. I
Yeah.
typically recommend Nutrafol men's for my male patients, obviously Nutrafol women for my women's patients. Some patients can't swallow tablets, don't like pills, blah, blah,
Right.
blah, blah, blah. So there's a
Yeah.
hair gummy now called Extresse. As long as you don't have a
Mm.
strawberry allergy, that's something that you can take that works extremely well.
Gotcha.
Both of them, both the Nutrafol and the Extresse, in terms of supplements for the hair, a
Hmm.
lot of the over-the-counter supplements for hair loss don't work. So don't
Gotcha.
take them. Don't waste your money. A
Yeah.
lot of
You
the
hear
over,
that, guys?
but
Y'all hear that
Nutrafol,
out there?
Nutrafol works. Extresse works. Go to a
Yeah.
board certified dermatologist. Get some opinions on what you should be using. Don't just go
Yeah.
with your gut. Go with
Right.
your gut for whether or not you left the light on downstairs before you go back downstairs. Don't go
Yeah.
with your gut for your health or for your hair. No,
Right.
thank you. A lot of
Yeah.
male patients that present to me with hair loss will be scratching at their scalp. If you scratch a lot
Wow.
of your scalp, you're going to irritate your scalp. You're going to lose
Yeah.
more hair from your scalp. That's males and females, obviously. You're going to
Yeah.
thin your hair out more. That's
Yeah.
not great either. So I
Yeah.
don't recommend people scratching their scalp at all. Some
Right.
people that have
Mm.
braids or locks, or just, just don't feel
Yeah.
like only
Yeah.
wash their hair, will
Right.
say once every 3 weeks or once a month. That
Yeah.
is not enough. Cleansing
All
your
right.
scalp, washing your
Yeah.
hair, that should
Yeah.
take place at a minimum of
Yeah.
once a week. But if you're
Yeah.
sweating a lot or you're
Yeah.
swimming at all, then you need to wash
Yeah.
your hair the days that you're swimming because of the chlorine or the salt water. And if you're
Right.
sweating a lot, that sweat will
Yeah.
actually break your hair. So you don't
Yeah.
want that and you don't need that. So don't
Yeah.
do that, is what I
Yeah.
like to say to my patients. Just simply do not do that because that's not
Wow.
a great thing.
Wow.
So
Powerful.
those are some hair loss thoughts. I also use something called Definage. That is, it's called Definage 150K hair follicle
Okay.
serum, and it helps to thicken. So it works in concert
Mm-hmm.
with the supplements Nutrafol and Extresse, or
Okay.
on its own. But I tell people I'd rather them take the supplement too. And the
Yeah.
Definage is basically it thickens the hair follicle. Yay!
Mm-hmm.
It stops the hair from breaking. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
actually reboots the whole scalp microbiome. So you hear about the gut microbiome and the skin microbiome. This actually reboots the scalp microbiome. So it'll give you a
Wow.
healthier scalp, healthier hair that grows out of it.
Wow.
It actually boosts your anagen phase, which is
Yeah.
your growth phase of hair. So I love Definage. I recommend it all the time. You can simply call my office and we can mail it to you because that one, I'm not sure if that one's on regimenpro.com that I was going over with your viewers and your listeners
Mm-hmm.
before so that they
Mm-hmm.
can get different products that I'm recommending. But
Yep.
Definage works in black hair, white hair, Latino hair, Asian hair, Native American hair, males, females, young,
Yeah.
old. It works. And that's
Yeah.
the same for the Nutrafol and that's the same for the Extresse. What men don't realize is the same thing women don't realize. You did not start losing your hair overnight. You are not
Right.
going to regain all your hair overnight.
Right.
Coming talking about I've had 12 years of hair loss, and then coming back the month after they met me, talking about my hair's not growing back. Excuse me, I am not a sorcerer,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
the world would be a different place.
That's
But since I'm
exactly
not
right.
a sorcerer, I can only ask you to follow my
Yeah.
instructions.
Right.
And after a while of following my instructions, your hair should look better.
Mm-hmm.
Anti-inflammatory diet, Kevin. That's really
Yeah.
important for people
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
have acne, right? That have hair
Mm-hmm.
loss, that have psoriasis, that have eczema, that had a lot of these different things. What is an anti-inflammatory diet? All of your listeners, your viewers, they can go to mediterraneandiet.com
Mm-hmm.
and they look up. It's a lot of
Yeah.
freshly picked fruits and vegetables that are
Right.
brightly colored, green leafy vegetables, a lot of chicken, preferably
Yeah.
organic chicken, a lot of fish, more
Mm-hmm.
organic, clean fish. Yes, you can eat red meat sometimes, but just don't have it
Yeah.
that much because
Right.
not actually that wonderful for you.
Yeah.
I tell my patients low gluten. So that is less bread, less carbs, less sugar, no
Hmm.
alcohol, limited amounts of coffee, limited
Yeah.
amount of tea, that type of thing.
Yeah.
No juice. Juice is not necessary at all. No, no, no.
Yeah.
Just not.
Lot
And
more water,
tons,
guys. Come on,
right.
guys. Lot more
And
water.
tons and tons and tons of water.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's really, really critical.
Hmm.
And then exercising for your hair loss is important because it decreases your stress level and boosts your
Hmm.
circulation. And by boosting
Hmm.
your circulation, your hair grows faster. So
Yeah.
actually exercising is helpful for acne, helpful
Yeah.
for folliculitis, the inflammation of the hair follicles, and it's helpful for hair loss. But it's helpful in
Hmm.
general, exercise, for most
Hmm.
skin conditions as well as hair loss because it's boosting the circulation and it's
Yeah.
calming down the amount of cortisol in your system. So that's
Hmm.
very, very good. And the
Okay.
last thing I'll say about hair, that's last but not least, is the
Hmm.
Keralase, which is the hair laser. So this is a laser that grows the hair rather than removes the hair, that you can be
Oh,
used on males and females, Black, white,
really?
Latino, Asian, Native American. It's a
Yeah.
laser light. I have information about it all over my website,
Yeah.
imagedermatology.com. I have videos on this on my Instagram at Jeanine, Jeanine Downie. You
Hmm.
hold the laser light to the scalp, and there's
Wow.
red light. It opens up the channels of the hair
Wow.
follicles,
Wow.
and then you put in this stuff called Carifactor. That's got growth factors and stem.
Wow.
You rub it in the hair. You leave it there for 2 days, and it boosts hair growth in
Wow.
everyone. It's a
Wow.
fantastic product. My
Whew.
patients absolutely love it. I highly, highly, highly recommend it, and it
Yeah.
works very well in
Yeah.
most patients most of the time. So that's
Yes.
the thing that people come to me and they're like, I don't want needles in my scalp. And I'm like, this is no needle, no
Right.
time.
Right.
Let's get you going. Let's see what you
Yeah.
can do with this.
It's
My
amazing.
patients, and so it's Keralase is the product,
Yeah.
but just my patients and people that are interested call the office and they're like, what's the
Right.
laser that grows hair? Because in our minds, Kevin,
Right.
we're used to the hair removal
Right.
products for laser,
Right.
but not the
Right.
hair growth products. So there are hair
Exactly.
growth products for laser that work really, really well. And
Wow. That's
the
great.
last thing I'll say for men and women is stop your nonsense. If you know you're picking and scratching at the top of your head, and then
Yeah.
I don't know why my hair's lost from there. Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah.
Take it out on a punching bag. Take it out
Yeah.
on the track and go for a run. But don't be picking
Yeah.
and scratching at your scalp and talking about, oh, I have hair loss. No kidding. You probably do. So I tell my
Yeah.
patients, stop your nonsense. For my female patients and my male
Yeah.
patients that have long hair, that over perm it or over flat iron it or over color it,
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
condition it and don't take care of it, it is
Whew.
going to, as the Rice Krispies commercial used to say,
Yeah.
crackle pop and pop
Yep.
off, and that's not
Yep.
good. You don't want that.
Nope.
So you have
Not
to
at
stop
all.
your foolishness. If you know you're flat ironing your hair
Yeah.
all the time to keep the frizzies away, and then your hair
Yeah.
starts breaking, and then you come to me talking about Dr. Downey, I don't know what happened. I'm like, seriously?
Wow.
So
Right.
stop your foolishness. So if you're doing stuff
Yeah.
that's bad for your hair that you know is bad for your hair,
Right.
stop it ahead of time before you start seeing me as a
Yeah.
patient. But definitely
Absolutely.
stop it when you start seeing me as a patient. And then
Wow.
finally, it's not just women that use hairspray, Kevin. Men and women use hairspray. So if you're
Okay.
using a lot of hairspray, when you're going to comb it out, you may actually break off some of your hair. And so I tell my patients, I
Right.
prefer no hairspray, but at least an alcohol-free hairspray and not some stiff holding gel hairspray that's going
Yeah.
to irritate your scalp, cause flaking in your scalp, and break your hair off faster, because that's a no also. But men are stressed about their hair loss, and I'm talking
Yeah.
from like men rolling up in my office at 21, 22,
Right.
talking about doc,
Right.
to
Right.
men in their 70s, 80s, 90s. I have
Yeah.
one of my patients who's 97. He's so cute. He's like, I'm losing hair. I'm like, dude, you're 97. Like, you've had a
Yeah.
great life. He still has
Yeah.
hair.
Exactly.
He makes
Thank
me
the
laugh.
Lord.
But I like to tease him and say to him, you're 97. He's like, that doesn't matter. I have a girlfriend. I want
Right. 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 Yeah. I still
so he's
gotta look
really cute.
young.
Yeah, but hair loss is devastating for a lot of my
Amen.
patients.
That's
So I
powerful.
treat a lot of hair loss.
Yeah.
Jumping back for a second to under eye circles because I know we're wrapping soon.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Um, like I said, your male listeners and viewers should not be rubbing their eyes at all. They need to gently cleanse the area around their eyes, put
Hmm.
sunblock up to their eyelid verge, so sunblock on the top of their eyelids here, and think about doing chemical peels, laser, and if you have deep circles under your eyes, possibly even doing filler under your
Hmm.
eyes might work because the filler helps to flatten out the area so that you don't have grooves under your eyes. So that can help some people some of the time. So I do recommend that as well. And then with the eyes, like I said, not a lot of rubbing or scratching or picking or just generally annoying your eye. I know you had some other questions for me.
Yeah, the other, the doc, I was just thinking about I wanted you to mention briefly because you talked about this before, synthetic braids and the synthetic wigs and so forth. Can you talk a little bit about they need to look at that? They don't need to be weaving synthetic stuff in their brains and their head, right? Is that correct, ma'am?
So that certainly is. So what happens is there's a decent amount of people. I swallowed some water down the wrong way. There's a decent amount of people that don't want to buy natural hair.
Yeah.
Because natural hair is expensive.
Is it real expensive? Is it real?
It can be, depending on what quality you get, it can be.
Yeah.
So a lot of people will buy the synthetic hair.
Yeah, it looks good. Got all the colors in it, The
synthetic hair, you can buy it multicolored, you can buy it your color, but it is processed and treated with formaldehyde and all kinds of other things that have no need to be next to your scalp and next to your brain. And then the chemicals
there you go,
really bad for us. So they can cause all kinds of different problems with eczema, problems with hair loss, problems with flaking in the scalp, problems with psoriasis. But a lot of the chemicals that are used to treat the synthetic braids are horrible and harmful to the human being. So after I did it was a Good Morning America segment for ABC TV last March that I did that. Ever since then, I cannot recommend synthetic braids to anyone at all. Even
I saw that segment.
I'm going to take them out tomorrow, even under like limited conditions. I just don't recommend it because I'm not trying to have guys get cancer later and be like, doc, I never knew. And a lot of my male patients will put on synthetic braids and, weave it into their hair and put their hair up in a man bun. And I'm like, dudes, no, these are synthetic. You cannot use them. That's a thing of the past. Get yourself some natural hair or don't use a weave at all. And that's for my male and my females, because it's not just us females that can weave. It's male as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we are so diverse in that area, guys. You guys look great, but we don't want you to have the issues later on as you grow.
And we want them to be healthy.
Amen. I love it. Hey, Doc, last thing we talked about is when should people come to see you? When do they get an assessment?
If you are on Mounjaro and you're losing weight and you have lost volume in your face, you can come in to see me, and I can do sculpture, which builds collagen. It's a biostimulator that's regenerative, that builds collagen under the surface of your skin. So we can do that. We can do Voluma. We can do a lot of different treatments. So that really is very, very, very helpful. And what I tell my patients is you may not think about, your health as something that you can do in the future. You have to think about your health as something that's immediate, right? This is, health is wealth, and health is a long life, and health is, for some people, they feel like it's all they have, especially when they get sick. There's another thing. So, people losing weight, people that have cancer, people that just have hyperpigmentation. The minute you have a medical problem, that's the time to go see a doctor. Don't wait 4 months. Don't wait 6 months. Don't wait 2 years. And if you just want to check in, what should you be doing differently? What should your skincare, you hit 30, what's your skincare regimen? You hit 50, what's your skincare regimen? You hit 70, what's your skincare regimen? Just come in, have a generalized consult about what I'm recommending that you put on your skin, what I'm recommending for your hair loss, what I'm recommending for your anti-aging, what I'm recommending for the area around your eyes. Come in when you're considering and pontificating about the problem. Not after the problem's like so bad in the hospital for 3 months. Like, don't do that to yourself, and don't do that to me.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to Dr. Jeanine Downie, ladies and gentlemen. She's board certified by the American Board of Dermatology. That's the only people we're going to have on here, is the people who are certified and actually have that license, and doctors and of course that knowledge as well.
And Kevin, just now, published over 110 papers. My website is imagedermatology.com. I've lectured on every continent except Antarctica, which I did just visit, like I told you about.
Yeah,
and my Instagram is at Jeanine Downie. Please follow me on my Instagram.
1,000 people. I want y'all to sign up.
And on my TikTok. My TikTok is faltering also. So I need
TikTok going. We're gonna blow it up this weekend, so we're gonna help you out a little bit. We hope.
Okay. So my TikTok profile is Dr. Jeanine Downie, and I got a whole bunch of likes and not enough followers. So
well, we're gonna get that changed, okay, immediately.
Winning global dermatologist.
Yes.
But I need more people on my Instagram and more people on my TikTok. So my Instagram is at Jeanine Downie. My TikTok is Dr. Jeanine Downie. And my website is Image Dermatology. So,
I love it, Doc.
Kevin, thank you so much.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, Doc. Hey, finally, Doc, a call to action. What do you want us to do? We got stuff happening all across the globe. What do you want people to do? One thing you want us to do differently, please.
Take care of yourselves. Come on, people. Take a minute. Take care of yourselves. This geopolitical climate we're in right now is worrying the heck out of me. Take a minute. Take a beat. Make sure you're exercising. Make sure your health is straight. And take care of yourself. Take care of your friends. Take care of your family. But do some stuff for yourself, because this political climate we're in right now, it's something. It's intense.
Yes, it is.
Thank you, Kevin, for your time.
Oh, thank you so much for your time, Doc. Appreciate you. As you know, guys, we got to learn to manage stress a little differently, right? That's what we got to do. Now, I'm not an expert in that area, but the doc can help you out in that area a little bit too as well. Guys, I want you to go to the website. I want you to do your research. Guys, give her a call, get an appointment, all the above. She is board certified. I'm so happy she can cover the entire United States. So that's pretty cool right there. I love that part. Well, Doc, we'll be in touch with you periodically throughout the year. Anything you think we need to know about, you're always welcome. I don't care if it's 5 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever you need. We're going to get that word out there. And guys, I want you to go to her Instagram and TikTok and all the above. I'm going to be pushing it out tonight, actually.
And thank you.
You guys can,
and if you don't want to be on my social media, just call 973-509-6900 and make an appointment.
Here it is right there, guys. You see it right there. Y'all can take a picture of this while you're waiting too as well if you want to do that. So some of y'all don't write nothing down. Just take a picture real quick of everything right there, and you can do that as well. Well, Doc, give love to your family. Thank you so much for your time today. I am so excited about this 2026. Can you believe it?
Yeah,
We're in the future. We're in the future.
Yep,
all right.
Exactly.
All right. Well, hold on, Doc, before we sign off. Hey, guys, as my mentor would say, remember to always outlove, outserve, and forgive each other. And don't forget to take care of your beautiful skin, guys, while you're in the process. And if you need some help, you got the doc right there. Isn't that wonderful right there? She's right there, and she can help you out. Website is there and the phone number, guys. So again, Doc, thank you so much for your time, and welcome to the future, Doc.
Thank you.
All right. God bless everybody. Take care. Hey, guys, don't forget to share this out on all your social media platforms. We want everybody on the planet to see this, okay? So you guys do that and then get in touch with Doc if you got questions, but also, too, invite her to your broadcast as well, no matter if it's television or TV or whatever you got going on, guys, okay? Put it out there as well. Thank you so much for your time, everybody. We'll see you next time on My Health, Your Health. Dr. Kevin Vaughan, Kevin Vaughan here, and also Dr. Jeanine Downie. Thank you, Doc, again for your time.
Take care.
All right, bye.